Hey, this is Michael with Michael Makes Movies, and today is episode 2 of the Netherlands, aka Holland. Today's episode is going to be about food. I decided, as I prepare for these video shootings, that I want them to be just kind of spur of the moment. So I am spending less time doing the research, and this series is really not about a true in-depth review of the Netherlands and the different topics. It's really about experiences. So I feel that if I start making things too scripted, it's going to take away from my intention of these videos. And as I get participants to share their videos, I hope it's the same thing. I don't want anybody to spend a bunch of time on this. It's meant to be fun, meant to be entertaining, and I do feel that if you take so much time getting everything just perfect, it's just gonna take the fun away from it. So that's what I'm trying to avoid here. So today I just want to talk about some of the food that I remember growing up. Licorice. Licorice is very popular in the Netherlands. I remember going to the markets. Markets are very common in Holland. Unlike here in the U.S., and there's of course cities that we live in that have access to grocery stores and things like that easily. But for the most part, we're driving to these locations, whereas in Holland, there's a lot of walking and, of course, a lot of bike riding. But they would have markets staged within the cities at different areas each day of the week, or most days of the week, I should say. And I do remember as a kid going to the different markets and getting licorice by the kilo. But that was always fun. Such a great variety of licorices. My favorite were the kachas. They were kind of a sweet but hard licorice. And the kacha stands for a cat, so they were shaped like little cats. What else is there? Of course, stroopwafels are syrup waffles. You can find these in a lot of places here in the U.S. Trader Joe's, for example, sells them on a regular basis. But they are just a basic waffle with some syrup, kind of a cookie. So those are common. And then there's two more things. Cheese. How can you talk about Holland without mentioning cheese? Cheese is so common there. Of course, as I record these, I'll be adding some footage, some pictures and things like that. But cheese is very common. One of the things I miss, and if you ask my daughter who lives here in Minnesota, there's a thing called smearkaas. And smearkaas usually comes in a little light metal tin, and it stands for smear, is like a spread cheese. So it's a very soft cheese. I don't believe it needs to be refrigerated, but it's something I've never been able to find here in the U.S. And my daughter talks about it and wishes that she could find that here too. So very common. Of course, there's a broad range of cheeses that are made in the Netherlands, but that's just something I remember. Lastly, I wanted to talk about some of the pastries they have there. I was talking to somebody who owns a Dutch cookie company here in North America. He's actually based out of Canada, and we talked about the quality of bakery cookie items in Holland. And one of the things that they almost always use is butter. Echte butter, real butter. Really is no substitute for other items like some types of oils. It's butter. So the owner of this company, he just mentioned that most cookies here in the U.S. or North America in this case are just not made with real butter. So they lose that flavor that cookies, and not just Dutch cookies, but a lot of European cookies are. And then lastly, I'm wearing this shirt that says Minnesota. We went to a restaurant and they served pannenkoeken, and these are basically like a pancake, but not like your traditional American pancake. They use some different ingredients, and it actually kind of creates almost like a apple cobbler type pastry pancake.
Can I cook it?
Now that's a good Pannkuchen. These are just some of the things I remember when I lived there, and hope that some of these bring memories or bring some entertainment to hear about some of my experiences when I lived in the Netherlands. So anyways, that's it for today, and hope you enjoy this, and we'll see what next episode will bring. So thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.